As we all know, the Earth is suffering immensely from pollution, burning fossil fuels, and deforestation. These are the factors that has triggered climate change, poor air quality, and undrinkable water. One way to make these changes and try solving all of these problems is to phase out coal-fired power stations and replacing them with renewable energies instead. In this video, we will state out 3 arguments to convince the Australian government and to show the positive impact of this change. Firstly, why is coal harmful and how is it harming people? Not only is coal extremely unhealthy, but it is also the main cause for climate change or climate disruption, generating smog, which is a combination of smoke and other atmospheric pollutants such as toxic mercury, contaminating the air, which then transfer its toxicity to the lakes, oceans, and rivers. The contaminated water then enters the fishes, in which are fed to people and children, directly injecting them with these deadly toxic mercury. Although it affects everyone, it is especially harmful to young children and babies, giving them development issues. As mentioned before, children aren't the only ones infected by it. Grown adults could suffer major health problems as well. For example, people with asthma, breathing problems, and chest pain. It has led up to 12,000 emergency cases and over $100 billion in healthcare costs yearly. By retiring coal plants and replacing them with clean, renewable energy, we create a clean energy future for the country and the children.
Secondly, how can Australia clean up its act on energy? The electricity sector is the most polluting industry by far, and coal-fired power plants is the reason behind this. So by removing coal-fired power plants, we would make an enormous reduction to Australia's carbon footprint. The 2 major low-carbon electricity generators are solar and wind, so we have to focus and make more and more solar and wind farms. But these 2 energies aren't enough to provide the entire country of Australia. Therefore, other renewable energies also needs to be utilized. Bioenergy is being researched. The Australian Renewable Agency found that biogas could meet 9% of Australian energy needs. This system's main aims are to either store greenhouse gases or turning them into something else that is useful. Methane comes from pig waste and is more polluting than carbon dioxide, therefore to capture it and turn it into energy is very good. By 2035, we could potentially get 90% of our electricity from renewable energy. This, however, requires the government to implement policies that align energy policy with climate policy. Because of the current pandemic, our economy has been drifting down. Building our way out of the recession using renewable energies will drive jobs growth. Experts say that investing now would make it faster and less expensive.
And finally, we're going to talk about the economic sector of Australia's coal-fired industry and how the energy transition wouldn't affect the economy. Australia is no stranger to coal usage, with around 60% of their electricity powered by coal-fired stations and employing 25,000 workers on mining thermal coal for electricity generating. Although renewable energies like wind and solar only occupy roughly 20% of Australia's electricity, the installation and operation of renewable energy plants would cost equally to the coal-fired industry. By this, the government's argument about damaging the economy and risk of a wave of unemployment could be debunked. Also, thanks to Australia's location in the Oceania continent, they are blessed with the vast expanses of space, wind, and sun in which they could take advantage of. The energy transition could also be a good opportunity for Australia to create new jobs and industries, which would improve the economy instead of damaging it. This is a chance for Australia to contribute to the environment, improve Australia's lifestyle, and also revolutionizing Australia's energy industry.
In conclusion, if we manage to remove coal-fired power plants, we would make an enormous reduction to Australia's carbon footprint. This then translates into better health of the population, driving jobs growth, and making it less expensive for the future. All of these will not affect the economy of Australia, therefore the government should take immediate action.